unfortunately, sometimes women you care about might actually be women who hold children that are not their own. For instance, women who have sisters that don't look like theirs. I know someone who has 2 sisters and she doesn't look like either of her sisters, and her daughter doesn't look like her. Elizabeth, your daughter doesn't look like you, and you have a portrait of a weird dude wearing a dress on your on your fucking your book stand. You don't even have pictures of your family up. What's the deal? Are y'all okay? Like, I mean, you and Charles in the cahoots with the fucking down low dudes? Are you trying to get saved by the angels? Hey, I'm here in Tammany Hall in Philadelphia. I just had Geno's and Pat's, and really I only like Pat's, not Geno's. However, I'd like to eat Geno's as well. Anyways, you know what they say in Philadelphia, pass and stow, fellatio, or fillator. Pass and stow for later here at the Liberty Bell in Tammany Hall, outside of Tammany Hall. It's over there in Philadelphia today. And I got to be back in D.C. by this afternoon. I'm going to take the train down to D.C. from Tammany Hall, which is right there. I have to go read the Constitution of Philadelphia, which became the Constitution of the United States in 1826. Thank you. Hi, I'm here outside of Adolf Hitler family home in Germany. That's one of his Hitler statues right there. There's another one right there. It's called the Gate to Hitler's House. And this is where they kept Anne Frank for the experiments during World War II to see how many Anne Franks they could keep in the alleyway for as long as they time in the attic. And now they did the Anne Frank thing to a lot of people, a lot of psychology, drugs. You know that high fructose corn syrup is kind of like corn liquor, but it's like the crack version of corn liquor. Kind of like they make that shit called shatter for weed. Anyways, there was something I was supposed to say about how fucked up Adolf Hitler is, and I hate white power supremacists. So I've come here to destroy Adolf Hitler's memory. He's evil. Hey, when I was in Montgomery, Alabama, a couple of weeks ago at the Capitol, I saw they had a motto. It was engraved in the wall at their Capitol. I'm going to take you there now. It says, go fuck yourself from the state of Alabama. And that's what they used to say to black people in the name of the United States of America, to keep it all red, white, and blue. They just put you out at night, then they'd go change into their sheets and put on white pointy hats. Some people call them dunce caps, but they were evil. There's some people wearing orange traffic cones now because they think it's funny. It's actually not funny. And notice he didn't free Mumia, yet President Biden cleared the name of Garvey and freed Pelletier. A lot of people say that the foundation for modern education based out of the United States with the collegiate system and the university system, where you become a doctorate or a double doctorate, or you get advanced education, or you get these master classes now online just to further your education. But you know, a lot of people say that Adolf Hitler was the father of science in modern education, and that's why they experimented on people starting back in Adolf Hitler Germany. There's one of the posts now. I'm outside of his historic home, where they also fly an American flag because it's in West Germany, and this is before they took down the Berlin Wall. But I want you to know that the secret of science is silence with a silent L, which is science, silence. Let it go.
What? And then...
A lot of people talk about people power, but you don't really have people power without money to come up behind you. So there's some Adolf Hitler shit going on around here, right? Adolf Hitler shit, you know what I mean? But I'm not here for Adolf Hitler, I'm against them people. And they say he escaped here to the United States, and guess what he did? He had a bunch of children, and they also froze his sperm. And they keep it here in the gulag, and that's the log that knows whose gulag went where. That's for all the jerk-offs out there. Now, I myself think I'm probably the king masturbator in the world, but I'm not the king of the assholes. That's my Uncle Ray in heaven, Ray Vizdos. He's a coal man. He made a career there. Now, there are some things you learn when you come up in the name of the Pittsburgh Steelers, which is how you come up when you're in Pittsburgh, and the Penguins and the Pirates. Bucks, Buccaneers, you know, it's pirate town. Mount Washington, where they keep the Slovaks in the mountain. They weren't all just white. My great-grandfather, Albert Vistos, came out of the Slovak mountain of Mount Washington in the pit, as it was known worldwide, since the year 800, when the first people who used these symbols before Adolf Hitler were called the Romans. Now we keep them here in America on Capitol Hill, where people arrive by train and they get sent to the Liberty Bell to go suck fellatio cocks. Anyways, I forgot what I was going to say about Adolf Hitler, except I don't like white supremacy and I hate you all. When you hear that you are the one, or you are the light of the world, what you have to do is learn to harness that light. And you go like this, you go, boop, boop, boop. And then you go, Dr. Evil, drink up, happy hours, now enforced by law. And that's a quote from Jello Biafra of the dead Kennedys. Now, one thing you also have to remember is they kept a gulag of all the jerk-offs back in the day, and the ones they still keep getting today, to put their sperm in a frozen bottle so they can have as many children, thousands in the future of them, unless you fuck up the gulag, which keeps the records. The women's were the jag-offs, and they donated the eggs for lots of money. And with fertilization pills, they could give up to 10 eggs a month. That's a lot of jag-offs. What do they call the gulag for the jag-offs, not the jerk-offs? And so I've been searching for animal chin since I was a child, and I figured it out. My chin is not very animal. So I have to get my chin, get my Wu-Tang so I can woo in the front and woo in the back and get my animal chin together. But I don't have a skateboard right now, but I am in Washington, D.C. again. I just came back from Adolf Hitler, Nazi Germany, with these weird shits here. And the thing is like, I'm trying to figure out the real question in life. We know the gulag is what keeps all the sperm, the digital records of all the sperm. It's probably on paper, of all the jerk-offs. But what is the jag-off log called, and where do they keep it? It's not called a gulag, and it's not called jerk-offs. They're called jag-offs, and only Pittsburgh people know that shit. Fuck off. Crikey. Some people go to Rome because they want to learn about faggotry and the Vienna Boys Choir and the Pope. But not just the Vienna Boys Choir, all the little boys around going, oh, for the Pope and his men with the dresses. They've been fucking the kids in their asses for, I hear, over 14,000 years ago. Right here in Washington, D.C., they keep Nazi replica shit going on and Roman replica, because Roman Row, all your left feet, right hand man, they jerk you off, ha ha ha. Now people talk about flags and everything, but you know what I'm really hunting for is the gulag. Keeps track of all the frozen sperm of all the jerk-offs. I'm also hunting for the log of all the jag-offs, you know, the egg donators. So that's my wives and my children just told me that's enough stupid posts for now. They don't want to be in social media. No one ever does. But they're the ones spreading the lies about me being a trillionaire. And I'm not just a trillionaire, I'm a multi-trillionaire. I'm not a billionaire, that was a lie. I was born a billionaire because the Pope gave me all the money when I was born and helped me get jobs in DC since I was a baby child with a fucking bowl cut, platinum blonde hair and big blue eyes. Sometimes I had to just stand in the corner and keep it erect all the time for the Freemason parties and the Washington DC brick parties where they take me to the house and put me in the beds with all the freaks. But hey, don't talk about that. Family don't want to talk about that. We got to go find food. And it's all good. Hey, when you come from the land of ha-ha that invented Hollywood and invented Dollywood and invented the Bible and the Quran and higher education where you get your master's degree to fight the white man through Facebook events and meetups to become activists and protesters that you get paid to be, and see how many sponsors you can get to become an influencer. Well, you know, I walk around Washington, D.C. every day and see stolen art, but I hear people steal my shit too. And then I heard that I'm the greatest artist in the world because I made a video a few years ago that I said I'm the greatest artist in the world. How fucking dumb is that? I'm not even an art critic. I'm homeless for years since 2019 in DC now, huh? As long as getting into old footage, I'm gonna show you this footage now. I'm reporting live from MTV here in Washington, D.C. at Capitol Ballroom where the Ramones are playing tonight. I'm here with T-Bone and Derringe, and this is our song because we're introducing the whole MTV concept to the world. T-Bone and Derringe, T-Bone and Derringe, taking you to places on the fringe, small and tall, high and low, take you to the places to and fro. T-Bone and Derringe, T-Bone and Derringe, big and tall, tall and small, oh well MT, that is all. And then now here we go to the Ramones. Now back to the modern times in 2025 with modern footage. Anyways, reporting live from MTV here in Southeast Washington, D.C. at Capitol Ballroom. That's a drone right there. And I just saw a bunch of them, and then that one came close, and so I videotaped it. A lot of people think John the Baptist was a man, and a lot of people think that's a woman right there with the baby. That's a man, baby. Like Michael Myers said on him Saturday Night Live, that's a man, baby. Wayne's World, party time, excellent. Wayne's World, party time, excellent. Hey, remember when you living in Wayne's World, you gotta learn how to skateboard or rap or breakdance, or you'll have no friends in the world like me, because I'm not retarded, I'm mentally ill. I'm also, in addition to traumatic brain injury and chronic post-traumatic stress disorder, and possibly I have Tourette's or punch people in the head with knife fists like Wolverine because I'm X-Man. But party time, excellent, Wayne's World, Wayne's World. I don't always go from Cuba, or how we French people say it, Cuba. I don't always go from Cuba to Fantasy Island to see my friend Tattoo and my friend Ricardo Montalban. But when I'm not doing these things, I usually take the bullet train from Tampa Bay. There's a few stops along the way, Pensacola. That's where I usually have a soda, maybe something other than Coke or Pepsi, because there's more than Coke and Pepsi. I'm not a samurai, but I can tell you this. I take the bullet train from Tampa regularly each week to New Orleans and stay at the Morrison Clark. And that's so I can get drunk and fuck hookers and lie to people as much as possible. Party time! Excellent! Bourbon Street, French Quarter, Wayne's World. I was just down in Mardi Gras, and now I'm back because I took the bullet train down from Tampa after I flew down from New York before I have to take a piss test later. Anyways, I'd have to take pee tests in New Orleans. I have an open case. I was showing my titties at Mardi Gras this year. Men aren't allowed to show their titties at Mardi Gras, nor if you're 53. And so they arrested me. That wasn't because of the normal Wayne's World party time shit for breaking glass, fighting and pissing in public and taking shits in public, which happens all the time where I usually live in Washington, D.C. And hey, it's not for everybody, but not even just homeless people do it. Fake homeless, Facebook people, and people who get jobs as influencers and apps. I like to keep it tasteful when I'm visiting the embassy. I'm actually from Rwanda. It's a little known small Eastern European country. A lot of people think I'm Slovak or something. I'm actually an orphan from Rwanda. And it's between Lithuania and Slovakia and Ukraine. And really the whole Russian war that they just turned the oil fields off over in United Arab Emirates to free the slaves in United Arab Emirates. They've been there for a long time. I think it's 20 or 30 million. I think I've already told you too much, but the biggest lie is the whole Freemason thing. They did do everything, and it's also the Daughters of the Eastern Star and the Light Workers.